So I'm going to try to get through this. I'm getting hit with weapons. It's affecting my thinking. It's making me feel brain foggy. And they know they're fucking furious and trying to retaliate. It has seriously escalated since I found out about them across the street. And with them being in such direct, close proximity, it's really easy to hit me with the weapons. But, you know, that'll all be over soon, won't it? Completely. One way or the other. You know? If they get locked up or they commit suicide or whatever. So, these directed energy weapons, there are U.S. patents on these things. These are real things. It's not, these things exist, these weapons. And they're accessible to just about anybody if you're savvy enough on the internet. You could purchase one of these directed energy weapons. I know I've seen one of them. I've seen a picture of one of them. And it looks a lot like a Star Trek phaser. These things are falling into the wrong hands. Anyone can get a hold of these things. And if you have any sort of law enforcement or military background, they know about this stuff. And they know how to access these things and operate them. Even if they're not a paid organized gang stalker. Just somebody with a vendetta. So that's what I'm saying when I say that organized stalking, gang stalking, directed energy weapons is all... Come here. What's the matter? So it's everyone's problem. This physician in Florida has discovered that the victims of the directed energy weapon attacks, the sonic attacks in Cuba, that they have specific injuries that are consistent with the damage caused by only directed energy weapons. So he has discovered that these specific injuries within the inner cochlear ear, and then the specific brain damage that accompanies that is directly related to the use of DEWs. So it's pretty much proof, really. And he's continuing his research into that because I think he understands that this is a fucking huge problem. And I plan to go to Florida. I'm going to have him run a test on me, and that is definitive proof as well. I have a lot, but, that always helps. Plus, I'd really like to know what's going on, So the brain damage affects one cognitively, but I don't know how. But the symptoms that they've experienced, that is what I experience. It's the same things. Dizziness, the ringing in the ear. I don't know. I don't feel like I lost any hearing. Some have. But I don't know because I haven't been tested. But I don't feel impaired. When I sing along with someone singing. So I match their tone. And if your hearing is impaired, it's really difficult to do that. And I was never real great with that. I'm just starting to get the hang of that. So I'm sure that would affect that, wouldn't it? I would think so. But we'll see. And maybe he has some sort of treatment or something. I don't know. But I urge you to not ignore it. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now. But you have to understand that anyone could get a hold of these things. And they could point them at you and your family. And they could fucking cause you some serious harm. Because these things, not only do they do that, there are specific weapons that do different things. But they all fall under the umbrella of directed energy weapons. But some of these weapons can cause tumors, as with my dog Brutus. He had them all over his face. We had them removed. They turned out to be benign, and then his whole body was just riddled with tumors. And I bought them good food, you know? I took good care of them, my pit bulls. My other pit bull died of kidney failure. They can also cause that. They can cause organ failure, these weapons. So you get someone who is angry with you and has a vendetta and wants to kill you quietly, you got a problem. Everybody's got a problem. This is everybody's fucking problem. Anybody could do this to you. So I know it seems like my situation is so isolated and unusual, but it's probably a lot more common than we know because it's so covert. It's so slow too. It's called slow kill for a reason, or slow burn. And people have the capability to literally microwave you in your own home. Like Schrodinger's cat, you know? So before you even realize what's happening, it's too late. I know I fucking mangled that name. I've read it and I've never heard it spoken. So I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but you know, if you know, you know. It's what it's like. And you don't know what's causing it. And all the while, you could have some angry neighbor who's doing this to you. Imagine all the Karens in the world, they get a hold of these fucking things. So like I said, I know there's a lot going on in the world. I understand that. And there's a lot of things that need our attention. But if you would be so inclined to just look into this, I think it's important for everyone's safety and well-being.